Hello everyone, myself Tanvi Patel, working as Assistant Professor in Computer Engineering Department in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. We have continued with Introduction to Computer Networks and Internet. Our next topic is Protocol Layers and their service models. First of all, you have to know what is the relationship between services to the protocol. Services means it is defined as a set of operations that a layer can provide to the layer above it. It provides data storage, manipulation, presentation, communicating or other capabilities which is often implemented using a client server or a peer-to-peer architecture. Each services is usually provided by a server component running on one or more computer. Means the running process which is done is not only on the one computer, it is done on one or more computers. Often a dedicated server computer offer multiple services. Means multiple services are being provided by the computers and accessed via a network by client component running on other device. Means the network which is being accessed by the client is running on the other device, that are services. However, the client and server component can both be run on the same machine. Client and server will often have a user interface and sometimes often hardware associated with it. Next, what are protocols? A protocol is a set of rules. A network protocol is an established set of rules that determine how data is transmitted. Means how the data is transmitted from one end to another, that is defined by the network protocol between different devices in the same network. Essentially, it allows connected devices to communicate with each other regardless of any difference in their internal process structure or design. Here you can see two computers are connected with each other, which follows a set of rules by sending and receiving information with each other. Next, reference models. In computer network, reference models gives a conceptual framework that standardizes communication between heterogeneous networks. The two popular reference models are OSI model and TCP/IP protocol suite. The first one is OSI model. There are n number of users who use computer network and are located over the world. We can see that, or we can observe that there are many number of people who use computer network around the world. The people sitting behind us, around us, all use internet and convey message with each other. So to ensure national and worldwide data communication, system must be developed with an compatibility to communicate with each other. How we can transfer data nationwide and worldwide, that is being decided by the ISO. ISO International Standard Organization has developed a model which is called OSI, that is Open System Interconnection, and is commonly known as OSI model, which covers all aspects of network communication. It gives a layered network framework that conceptualizes how communication should be done between heterogeneous systems. It has 7 interconnected layers. The 7 layers of OSI models are: first is the physical layer, second one is data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer and application layer. Here in figure you can see that the OSI model and the different layers and the data which is sent in the different layers, their working process is being defined. Next, first one is the physical layer. Physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model. It activates, maintains and deactivates the physical connection. Means the services which is being maintained is in physical layer because it is the lowest layer. It is responsible for transmission and reception of the unstructured raw data over network. Means the data which is transmitted and received, that is being maintained in the physical layer. Voltages and data rates needed for transmission is defined in the physical layer. It converts the digital analog bits into electrical signal or optical signal. Data encoding is also done in this layer. Functions of physical layer are representation of bits. Data in this layer consists of stream of bits. Second one is data rate, synchronization, interface, line configuration, topologies, transmission modes, and deals with bandwidth and broadband transmission is done in physical layer. Next one is data link layer. Data link layer synchronizes the information which is to be transmitted over the physical layer. Means it synchronizes the information which is passed from physical layer to the data link layer. The main function of this layer is to make sure data transfer is error free from one node to another node over the physical layer. Means the data transfer which is transferred from physical layer to network layer, that should be error free. Transmitting and receiving data frames sequentially is managed by this layer. It manages the data frames which are passed from physical layer to network layer. This layer sends and expects acknowledgement from frames received and sent respectively. Resending of non-acknowledgement received frames is also handled by this layer. This layer establishes a logical layer between two nodes and also manages the frame traffic control over the network. It signals the transmitting node to stop when the frame buffer are full. Function of data link layer are framing. Frames are the stream of bits received from the network layer into manageable data units. Physical addressing. The data link layer adds a header to the frame in order to define physical address of the sender or receiver of the frame. Flow control, error control and access control. Next is network layer. Network layer routes the signal through different channels from one node to another. It acts as a network controller. It manages the subnet traffic. It decides by which route data should be sent. Means in network layer, the route of the packet is being decided from where it should be sent from sender to the receiver. The main function of this layer is to deliver packets from source to destination over multiple network links. If two systems are connected on the same link, then the network layer may not be needed. Functions of network layer are: it translates logical network address into physical address. Routers and gateways operates in the network layer. Connection services are provided including network layer flow control, network layer error control and packet sequence control. Breakers layer packet into small packets. It breaks larger packets into small packets. Next is transport layer. The basic function of the transport layer is to accept data from the session layer, split it up into smaller unit, passes this data unit to the network layer and ensures that all the pieces arrive correctly at the other end. Means it accepts data from the session layer, split it up into smaller unit and pass the data to the other layer. Functions such as multiplexing, segmenting or splitting on the data are done by this layer. The function of transport layer is the process delivery of the entire message. Functions of transport layer are service pointing addressing, segmentation and reassembling, connection control. It includes two types: connection-less transport layer and connection-oriented transport layer, flow control, error control. Next is session layer. The session layer allows user on different machine to establish active communication sessions between them. Its main aim is to establish, maintain and synchronize the interaction between communication system. Session layer manages and synchronizes the conversation between two different applications. In session layer, streams of data are marked and are resynchronized properly, so that the end of the message are not cut prematurely and data loss is avoided. In session layer, data loss is avoided. Functions of session layer are dialog control. This layer allows two systems to start communication with each other in half duplex or full duplex mode. Token management. This layer prevents two parties from attempting the same critical operation at the same time. So token management is possible. Synchronization. This layer allows a process to add checkpoints which are considered as synchronization point into stream of data. For example, if a system is sending a file of 800 pages, adding checkpoints after every 50 pages is recommended. This ensures that 50 pages unit is successfully received and acknowledged at the other end. This is beneficial at the time of crash, as if crash happens at page number 110, there is no need to retransmit 1 to 100 pages. If the pages which are transmitted, that is 100 pages are transmitted and the 101 number page is being crashed, then the transmission will be restarted from that page only. So you don't need to send 1 to 100 pages again. Next is presentation layer. This primary goal of this layer is to take care of the syntax and semantics of the information exchange between two communication systems. Presentation layer takes care that the data is sent in such a way that receiver will understand the information or data which you have sent. Means it presents your idea, your syntax and semantics, which information you are exchanging from sender to receiver, that should be understood by the receiver. Languages can be different of the two communication system. Under this condition, presentation layer plays a main role of the translator. In order to make it possible for computer with different data representation to communicate, the data structure to be exchanged can be defined in an abstract way. The presentation layer manages this abstract data structure and allows higher level data structure to be defined and exchanged. In figure you can see that the presentation layer, here encoding, encryption and decoding is being done of the data. Next function of presentation layer, first is translation. Before being transmitted, information in the form of character and number should be changed to bit streams, means byte streams. The presentation layer is responsible for interoperability between encoding method, as different computers use different encoding methods. It translates data between the format the network requires and the format the computer requires. Next is encryption. It carries out encryption at the transmitter and decryption at the receiver. And third one is compression. It carries out data compression to reduce the bandwidth of the data to be transmitted. Next is application layer. It is the topmost layer of the OSI model. Manipulation of data in various ways is done in the layer, which enables user or software to get access to the network. Some services provided by this layer are email transferring files, distributing the result to users, directory services, network resources, etc. The application layer contains a variety of protocols that are commonly needed by user. Widely used application protocol is HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is the basic for World Wide Web. When a browser wants a web page to it send the name of the page it wants to the server using HTTP. The server then sends the package back. Other applications are file transfer protocol, tribal file transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, telnet, domain name services, etc. This is the application layer protocol. Next is function of application layer, that is mail services, network virtual terminal, directory services, file transfer, access and management. Next, TCP IP protocol. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, while IP stands for Internet Protocol. It is a suite of protocol for communication structured in 4 layers. It can be used for communication over the internet as well as for private networks. The Internet Protocol suite provides end-to-end delivery of data communication. Specifying data should be packetized, addressed, transmitted, routed and received. The 4 layers are application layer, transport layer, internet layer and data link layer. So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.